Ever wonder what banks don't tell you about your savings? You're probably leaving a lot on the table without even knowing it. In fact, there are some hidden truths that could dramatically change how you think about where you park your money, and this video is about to expose it all. Let's start with the first thing most people don't realize. Banks don't actually make money off your savings. They make money off of you. Yep, the interest they pay you on your savings account is just a tiny fraction of what they make by lending out your money to others. So when they tell you your savings are earning interest, they're really just giving you a sliver of the profit they're making by loaning out your funds at much higher rates. But here's where it gets interesting. Many banks use a little-known strategy called fractional reserve banking. Essentially, they only need to keep a fraction of your deposit in reserve. The rest? They lend out and make a huge profit from interest rates. The kicker? You won't see much of that profit. So if you're relying on interest from a traditional savings account, you're barely scratching the surface of what your money could be doing elsewhere. Now, let's talk about hidden fees. You've probably noticed that certain account types come with maintenance fees, transaction fees, and other charges that seem to pop up out of nowhere. These fees can erode your savings over time, and banks don't always make them obvious. In fact, a recent study found that over $33 billion is collected annually in fees from people who aren't paying attention to the fine print. That means they're making money off you, even when you're trying to save. But it's not just about the fees. There's also something banks don't want you to know about the way they handle your money. When you deposit money in a savings account, you think it's safe, right? Well, here's a little shocker. Banks have been known to loan your money out to high-risk ventures. In other words, they can use your funds to invest in things that could fail, and in the event of a crisis, your money could be at risk, even if you're not aware of it. So what's the alternative? You can take control of your savings by exploring options outside the traditional bank model. Gold IRAs, for example, allow you to secure your wealth in a tangible asset that's not reliant on the banking system's ups and downs. This is something a lot of wealthy individuals do to protect their wealth from inflation and economic downturns. You don't need to leave your money in a bank savings account when there are better options out there. But here's the thing. Most people don't know about these alternatives because the banks don't want you to know. Why? Because they make more money when you don't explore other opportunities. As someone who studied financial systems for years, I can tell you that it's crucial to understand how banks operate and what they're not telling you. If you can get your savings into vehicles that offer greater returns and security, you're miles ahead of the average person who's just relying on low-interest savings accounts and high fees. Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with something important. Banks won't tell you this, but there are better ways to make your money work for you. Whether it's through alternative investments like gold or other more lucrative options, the more you know, the more empowered you'll be to take charge of your financial future. If this video gave you insight into how banks hide critical information about your savings, make sure to subscribe to get more valuable content like this.